Welcome back, guys. So in this video, we're going to be talking about CSS contributors. So let's get right into it. We have 4 types of CSS contributors. We have the descendant selectors, we have the child selectors, we have the adjacent sibling selector, we have the general sibling selector. So let's test them out and see how they work. So let's create a file, call it selector contributors. So it's .html. So I'm going to use shortcuts, render this. So let me use this to comment what I want to comment. So we have the descendant selector. Let me just use each one to render it instead. Good. We have the child selector. Then we have the, so using the each one, we have the adjacent siblings selector. We also have the last one, which is the general sibling selector. General siblings selector. So we're talking about them one at a time. Let's start with this one. We've used this in our previous videos, but let's look into it. So we're going to write a div, and let's use a p tag for this. So if we're styling this, let's use our internal styling. So while styling this, if you're using the descendant selector, this is when you call the parents and child directly like this to style it. So if I say this is, let me color, I've not put a content, color brown, let me put a content here. This is a paragraph. So this is a paragraph. Let me check what I have here. So this is it, right? Styling the descendant selector, div, and the p tag. For the child selector, select all elements that are the children's specific element. So let's test that out. So I'm going to use div, same div. I'm just going to comment this out, don't need it anymore. Is selector. Good. So we have this now. For me to do style this in my CSS using the child selector, I have to add the greater than sign with the P to select the tag inside of it, which is a child. We can now add the, let's say we want color red, brown or red. Let's do purple. Good. So this is it. We have it here. Let's duplicate this. So you can see it's very clear now. Good. Just for the child selector. And let's look into the, let's put this here. Good. Let's leave it there. So let's copy this and put it in its category so that it won't get confused. So we've treated the descendant selector, child selector. Now let's go to the adjacent siblings selector. What is adjacent sibling selector? Adjacent sibling selector is used to select elements that is directly to another specific element. So let's try this and see what it looks like. If I do this p tag, lorem, and I have another p tag outside a div, it's not inside a div, please take note of that. Lorem, and I probably, let's duplicate this. I'm going to put this down so it won't confuse us. So right now we are focusing on this. So I'm going to copy it. I'm going to do another one, p lorem. Good. So now let's style this. I'm going to comment all these ones out so it won't get in the way of our styling. So the next thing we'll do is we are going to comment this out because we don't want a mix up. So we are working on this right now. So let's style this and see the results. Div. So your child. So for the adjacent selector, it comes plus sign. So use your plus sign and then we use the P. Good. So you have the plus sign and the P. So let's add the background color, or let's add the background color to this time around. Background color, let's choose red. Let's choose red. So I'm going to comment all these ones out. Comment them out so we can see only this functioning on our page. So you can see that it skipped this and reflected in this one. So basically what happened here is skip the ones that are wrapped in the parent and pick the one that are not wrapped. Skip the next one and pick this. So in case you have something like this in your code, you can easily use the adjacent selector to solve the problem. So the next selector we're going to be looking at is the general sibling selector. General sibling selector. General sibling selector. We're still going to be using this same content. So I want to duplicate this. Let's copy and paste here. Good, but I'm going to comment this out because we don't want it to come in the way of the other one. So this is the general sibling selector. So let's see how to start using the general sibling selector. I'm going to comment this out because we don't want it coming in our way. The same div. So the sign is, this is a sign that the left end of your keyboard. So let's see. So this is a sign. Let's add the color, background color. Someone, let's choose another. Maybe this color will do. Good. So this is what happened. This is similar to the adjacent sibling selector. So the adjacent sibling selector selects all elements that are next siblings of a specific element. So that's basically what it does. You can actually duplicate this. Let's say 1, 2. So what do we have? We don't have any of this. Let's take this out and see. So let's remove one line. Good, we only have one line. What if we don't have any of this? Good. You can see nothing is happening here. Nothing is happening here. So we have this back and we have this. So if we have copy and paste. See, if I add copy and paste, you can see that. Copy and paste. And that's all for CSS contributors. Hope you enjoyed this video. See you in our next